Good morning. Welcome back to Coffee with Chosen. My name is Tara. Growing up, most of us were introduced to our five external senses. These included our visual sense, auditory, taste, touch, and smell. But did you know that there is an entire category of internal senses? In fact, there are three. Today, I'd like to give you a brief overview of our external and internal senses. By understanding our sensory systems, we can determine the sensory needs that our children have. Some children are sensory seekers and others are sensory avoidant. The risk factors for complex developmental trauma, which include difficult pregnancy, difficult birth, separation at birth, neglect, abuse, and trauma, can increase our children's chance for a sensory processing issue. Lack of sensory input or sensory overload can lead to emotional dysregulation. However, when we as parents and caregivers have a working knowledge of these systems, we're better equipped to give our children the tools they need to learn to cope with these differences. The five external senses are pretty easy to understand. Our visual sense is anything our eyes can see. This can also include sensitivities to light. Our auditory sense comprises the sounds that we hear and how well we can filter noises. Our sense of touch can include sensitivity to tags, sock seams, or textures. And to round out our external senses are our taste and smell sensory systems. These two senses are closely related. In fact, our sense of smell can be often tied to emotional memories in our brains. We have three internal senses as well. They include proprioception, vestibular, and interoception. Proprioception is the way our brain tells us where we are in space. It's a system located within our muscles and joints and allows us to understand the pressure in which we're being touched. A child who's a proprioceptive seeker might really love a weighted blanket, doing push-ups, or lifting weights. That deep muscle and joint engagement is calming to them. Our vestibular system is our sense of balance and motion. A vestibular seeking child is typically a thrill seeker, a roller coaster lover, or one who could jump on the trampoline for hours. A vestibular avoider would likely be your child who gets motion sickness very easily and car rides are torture. Finally, we have an eighth sense called interoception. This system is comprised of sensors that tell us when we're hungry, thirsty, hot, cold, or need to go to the restroom. Our sensory system is often a big piece of our children's emotional regulation puzzle. Occupational therapists are professionals that can lend great expertise in helping us help our children better. We invite you to visit our website at www.chosen.care or find us on social media to find more resources that will assist you in understanding your child's sensory needs.